Welcome to episode 8 of the Self Trust Frequency podcast. Today, we're going to talk about what it means to be good. And perhaps it's time we redefine that for ourselves as souls who are waking up. So, the concept behind this podcast is that you are a soul who chose your life and you chose to incarnate for specific soul lessons and soul evolution. So, why did you pick this life at this time? When we choose our life, we're choosing it for maximum soul evolution. So, every challenge you're facing is for your soul growth. And that's why, as souls, we come to Earth. So, this week, I want to talk about what it means to be good and what it means to be a good girl, and how, when we are a soul who's waking up on our spiritual journey and we're waking up to the fact we are a soul in a human body, I want us to think about the fact that as we're coming out of this 3D box and this 3D identity, perhaps it's time to stop trying to be so quote unquote good. And I'd love us to redefine what it means to be a good girl. What does it mean to be good? It means to not make other people uncomfortable. It means to stay within certain boundaries so our parents don't get upset. It means to succeed academically. It basically means, in our society, to be pleasing to those around us, which is doubly conditioned upon girls and women. Being quote unquote good is obedience. It's can even go so far as subservience. It's compliance. Okay, so much of our conditioning that we receive in modern day Earth School as women is to be pleasing, to not make other people uncomfortable, and to be an emotional sponge that gauges situations and smooths things over and make sure everyone is cared for. Is programming that so many of us were just trained in. And one of the interesting things I think about this is a core part of this programming is, well, if I were to step out of line, it's a feeling of potentially feeling abandonment or a lack of belonging outside the group. And I have news for you. You don't belong in the group. You are an incredibly powerful soul who came here with a very specific frequency, and it is time for you to stand outside of the group. I'll have you know. And if this puts you in your crone era, so be it. I live to see it. So, what would it be like to stop valuing being good, being pleasing, being accepted, being validated, being so placid that you're not making any waves at all so that you're as pleasing to as many people as possible, to switching your value to being a disruptor, a beacon, a lightning rod, a frequency that wakes people up and creates change. It's about where we're placing value. So let's think about this for a second. When we fear stepping out of how kind of normal we've been, how good we've been, how pleasing, how we don't make other people feel uncomfortable because it potentially would draw attention to ourselves. Also, hint, it's time for you to start drawing attention to yourself. People will think you're weird. People will think it's like, why are all of the reasons we stick within like kind of living, keeping our behavior inside this like box of being palatable to as many people as possible. And I'm here because it's time for us all to just break that box open, please. I'm feeling it so much for all of us. I'm feeling like what I'm seeing is all of these beautiful, powerful female souls like lit up in their boxes, and the rich inner life is so powerful, and then the outside is this filter of being so palatable and not being too much, not being confusing to other people, not being triggering to other people, not disturbing other people's beliefs. And it's like, I am coming to this fact, it's like, you are here to disturb people's belief. You are here to trigger people. You're here to wake them up. We need you to come out of the box, this really nice, pleasing box, into shining a light that is so beautiful and maybe so jarring to people that it wakes them the freak up. Giving other people the courage on earth to realize that they're living in a confined way, and that maybe they're living by these external rules that actually have no alignment with their soul. It's almost like I truly see the visual of people like waking up. And by you acting in your true authentic frequency and having that be the beacon with which you refer to that self-trust within, having that be the metric of how you behave, not external societal rules, you're bringing a frequency to earth that's really freaking cool, and that is so powerful, and it's going to light other people up as well. By drawing attention to ourselves or ruffling feathers, whatever it may be, it creates a lack of safety in the nervous system. But I want to point something out to you. If this is our baseline and this is how we've been living this kind of polite life that's not authentically expressed our whole life, we know what that's like. We have the experience of that. We know what it's like. And so, my question to you is, are you lit up? Are you so excited to wake up each morning? Is your life so freaking big and on fire that you're so happy about your soul mission? Okay, so if the answer is no, then I invite you to try something different. Let's try on a new approach because we have nothing to lose. We know exactly what it's like to continue on as we have been. And so I want to invite you to start redefining your concept of what's good. And one of the things that's really powerful about this good girl conditioning and inviting in the like wild woman, authentic soul archetype is that it's all conditioning. It reminds me of the tarot cards, the swords. It's all about mental energy. Change the mental energy, change everything. So, a lot of times the conditioning is not as consequential in reality as we think it is. There isn't a great threat like right there. And it's time for us to rewrite the script. And I ended up seeing a developmental therapist who helped me with some of this. And it was really powerful to realize that it was all a seed of conditioning for survival. And that really I could have been programmed differently. And so there's always room to reprogram. And the reprogramming is that you will not be rejected, you will not be unlovable if you begin to act more authentically, if you begin to take off the filters that have held you back, if you begin to act in more true alignment. Because the thing is that you may face rejection from people when you start acting in true alignment with your energy because they're not aligned. Once you start acting authentically and wildly and boldly, some people will fall away. And so it may falsely feed that narrative that you're unlovable or that you're being rejected. But truly, what you're doing is breaking these shackles that have held your energy field so bound up and inauthentic, just run by programming. And when you start to break that down and let it shed, you are sharing your frequency, you're sharing your true voice, and all of the opportunities and people who are aligned with that, who are on the same path as you, who would want to collaborate with you, be friends with you, invite you into different new opportunities. It's like when you are muting your frequency, you cannot find those people and you cannot find those opportunities. Instead, you're staying within this very pleasing, palatable, socially acceptable conditioning that of what you think is going to get you farther. You can't quite like step out of line and start speaking your truth and acting in your truth because it'll be too disruptive. But that's the big aha moment as an adult, is too disruptive to who? Okay, you need to start putting yourself at the center of your energy field. This is your life, your soul. You came here for Earth. I know you're compassionate and loving, and anyone who will be disrupted by you being authentic, it's time for them to be frickin' disrupted. My vision for you, which I'm getting like emotional about, my vision for you is that you are so boldly yourself that you begin attracting unimaginable and wildly exciting opportunities and connections that support you and validate you sharing that true sense of self, what I'm calling your frequency. And whatever falls away are the soul lessons that you came here to go through, to work through the fact that those are delusions, those are attachments that you do not need, because who you are authentically is your soul energy, and that's coming from source. So, part of the path of stepping into your light and stepping into your gifts and stepping into, I don't just want to say visibility because that's like a secondary consequence. Stepping into just shining your light unapologetically, even if it's just, it's not like I'm trying to get so much attention, but it's just like I just emanate who I am without shame. That whole process of just becoming authentic, what I'm calling your self trust frequency, the path forward to that automatically slays shame, toxic shame, and conditioning that's holding you back. It's like the path forward is naturally healing of all of these icky things that we've held inside. So, my call to you with this episode is that we redefine as a collective what it means to be good. It's like when you shine your light, that excites me. That's going to motivate me as well. Okay, so to conclude, let's redefine what it means to be good. Let's say you wake up in the morning, I'm going to be as good as possible today. We've redefined what that means. It means, how bold were you today? Did you follow exactly what excites your soul most in that moment, no matter the consequences? And not in terms of secondary gains like money or accomplishing a certain goal, but like, are you actually listening to the soul spark and what it's telling you to do? Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? Who would you have me serve? I would say what it means to be good is, did you share your ideas with someone today? Did you speak your truth with someone without putting it through filters? Did you rock the boat? Because I feel like we need to rock the boat because we've done so much anti-rocking the boat that let's like practice rocking the boat a little bit. Did you get in nature and feel inspired with like the wildness and the healing energy and Mother Earth energy and just be in awe of nature? So it's like redefine for yourself what it means to be good. We're no longer acting for the audience. We're not acting for the male gaze. We're not acting for how others perceive us. We're not acting for a like pat on the back or a gold star or approval or validation. Being good means you're referencing your soul, you're speaking from your soul, you're acting from your soul. That inherently inspires others and it inherently unlocks other people's self trust, gives them courage. So, being good, what does it mean to you? Is it waking up with incredibly courageous heart, acting on what is going to evolve your soul the most, the freaking most that you can accomplish in this lifetime? Like, let's say that you're talking to your spirit guides and they say to you, listen, you've got this lifetime on earth. We know earth can be hard, but you're an advanced soul. We know you can do it. So you have a choice. When you have difficulties on earth, when you're waking up on earth, when you're on your spiritual journey on earth, you have a choice of how much you want to take on. You can decide how deeply you want to step into that true soul path, how much you want to share your frequency there, how much you want to accomplish there in terms of your soul mission. And your soul mission is whatever is coming authentically from within that wants to come through you. And your healing journey is simply getting out of the way and letting it flow through. When you're talking to your spirit guides, your ascended masters about this life, they say, so it's up to you. You get to decide. You get to decide how much you accomplish in this lifetime in terms of soul growth and in terms of authenticity. And so here you are on earth and you can decide to take on like a micro bite out of that and be like, okay, well, I'm going to like kind of dabble in my spiritual journey and I'm going to kind of stay like a muggle, a normie. I'm going to kind of like, but dabble on the side. It's like, okay, how much are you truly accomplishing and growing with your soul gifts here on earth? In contrast, are you waking up with the heart of a lion saying, I'm going to take a huge bite out of life? I am going to decide what lights me the freak up. I'm going to decide what powerful gifts I have to share with others. I'm going to speak my truth. I'm going to make genuine connections. It's almost this feeling of like, I don't have a second to waste in my awakening and in my path. Imagine your soul energy is what animates you, and your body is here on earth, and your soul merged with your body. And the body likes to just stay sleeping on earth, go through the motions. And every once in a while, we can remind the soul that it can have the driver's seat. So, see if you can kind of switch whatever metaphor works for you. It's like we're switching from automatic pilot into the bravest ass version of yourself in the driver's seat who is hungry to take as much of their soul mission on in this lifetime as possible. So much so that by the time you are at the end of your life at this moment will be like unrecognizable because you will be so different. Your life will be exciting, magnetic, huge, whatever it is to you, that the moment you decided to take this on, it's like, oh, that was my old life. I was living so small. And I say this not to put pressure on yourself. It really doesn't need to look a certain way from the outside. It's about that soul spark that you feel. What is so exciting to you? I don't even care how weird it is. Just please, as long as it's ethical, please do it. Because these things will create connections and create the growth that your soul, it's like your soul is guiding you through excitement. What will make you grow the most? I mean, and this is an interesting thing, a little off topic, but when people talk about like getting back to what you were into as a child, or um kind of like preteen before you like had to learn how to be cool, and I was like, I was so obsessed with dioramas, like it would make tiny scenes, and so like it's funny, but I was always in nature and I was always doing little like things with my like um Disney figurines and like tying ropes to make elevators on branches and things like that. So it's funny, it's like going back to these little ways we like got lost in our imaginations when our soul was like new in our body. And thinking about just like that space of imaginative play where we were in flow and there wasn't really anything stopping us. And whether it's that actual interest, which I don't know if mine should be dioramas, but I maybe I should go back to that because I'd love to tinker in that, like make terrariums, make like beautiful scenes. It's like, but think back more to just the bigger picture of that imaginative flow, and you're going from one thing to the other that is so good that you'll get lost in it. And I know adulting is hard, but I'm here to help pull you out of the slumber that earth puts us in, to remind you and to maybe have your soul hear me that you've got a really cool, authentic frequency to share, and I want to see it. And there are people you are here to inspire and light up who have not yet found you, and opportunities that have not yet found you because you're not emitting that frequency. And that's, I feel like, when life begins. And once you start on that path, it's like, let's just see what happens, because you haven't even started emitting your frequency in a true way. So how are you to even know what is going to come, because it doesn't know how to find you yet? Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you guys for being here. I'm really honored if you made it this far and you're with me on this. And feel free to comment or message me. Let me know any other topics or angles you want me to take on the self-trust frequency. And I hope you have a beautiful day. And yeah, I'm just feeling so good about this, redefining the definition of what it means to be good. All right. Well, I'm Suzanne. I'm a Reiki master in Texas, and I work with people virtually, in person. So you're always welcome to message me. I'll see you next week.